Hello, good evening, Pink Spotlighters. This is your future executive senior Cadillac sales director, Julianne Olson. I hope that y'all are all having a great evening, and I am super excited to be on my first YouTube video. I've never posted a YouTube video before, but I thought with all the information that I wanted to go over, I thought it'd probably be easier if I went over it through a YouTube video instead of doing it through an email. So I'm going to jump right in. Okay, so I'm super proud of everybody who contributed to our October goals. Okay, to our October goal. Our October goal was to do $30,000 in wholesale production and to add 20 new team members. Now, we did not do that. We ended up doing $7,117, and we added 2 new people to our unit. So obviously we had a lot of work. We still have a lot of work to do to make up for that. However, I'm really proud of the way that everybody really pitched in at the very end of the month. Between October the 29th and October the 31st, we added an additional a little over $2,000, $2,100 in unit production. And that was because, yes, I reached out to some of you and I posted on Facebook and posted on Voxer where we were towards our goals. And I really appreciate y'all coming together and really helping us with that goal. Even though we didn't hit the goal, my goal, by the end of the month, I knew that we weren't going to hit $30,000. So I was really pushing us to hit $10,000. Now, just so y'all know, just so I'm really clear on this, our unit has done, the highest we've done is $35,000. So we have done high production, $35,000. I know that y'all don't really understand what all this means and what's good and probably what's not good. It's not that $7,000 is bad. It's just that we have offsprung 4 offspring sales directors from this unit in the last year. 4 offsprings. I offsprung 4 directors between September of 2014 and July of 2015, which is a lot. So that was 100 women that went out of my unit in a year. And so my focus was really on helping my senior director and my mentor and now my national sales director, Locke, finish her national area because I am fiercely loyal to her and I'm a woman of my word. And I told her that I would offspring 4 sales directors, and I did. I was not going to let that not happen. And so with that being said, my focus was not on building my unit. My focus, or building our unit, my focus was on building offsprings, developing leaders. And that's still my focus. It's still my focus, and that's still how you increase your unit production. It's still how you do everything. But now that those directors have flown the nest, they're not in my nest anymore. Our unit size is a lot smaller. So I'm really proud of the fact that we are small but mighty. Like, statistically, we should not have done $7,000 with our unit size. So I'm really proud of y'all for really being together and really helping. It means a lot to me. And of course, you're going to get lots of prizes. So there's lots of prizes. Jessica, my office assistant, was at my house yesterday, and she made a list of all the prizes that I owe you guys, and she is already working on making that happen. So I'm really excited. And proud. So we do have to do a dramatic increase, though. We do have to do a dramatic increase to reach our goals, because in case you don't know, I think you do, because I talk about it all the time if you're around me. And I think I've made it pretty clear on Voxer and in Facebook and all the other ways that I communicate with y'all, is that our goal for the seminar year is to be $1 million unit. Okay, is to be $1 million unit, which is a huge deal. Like, I don't even know how to quite cast this for you and help you understand. I'm going to do my best, but I know that I don't think any of you have been to seminar yet, and you'll want to go this year in 2016. You'll be part of $1 million unit. So seminar, and even if you're not part, even if we're not $1 million unit, you'll still want to go because it's a lot of fun and it's a lot of training and it's a lot of recognition. So at seminar, they recognize all the $1 million units, okay, in a big way. So you get to walk across stage in front of thousands and thousands of Mary Kay people. We get front row seating, and this is in a huge arena, and we get front row center seating. You have special little seat covers that says $1 million unit. It has my name on it, and it says reserved for everybody. It's a really big deal. And basically what it means is that we're the top of the top in Mary Kay. And I'm all about, it's like, I love watching movies where there's always an underdog, and statistically, we, since we are a smaller unit, it's not common for a second-year sales director, who has a newer unit to go on and build $1 million unit the next year. But guess what? We're going to make that a norm. We're going to make that reality, and we're going to break a lot of belief barriers in the Mary Kay world, which is to me really fun and really cool and really inspirational to a lot of people. I've seen other people do things like that, and it's always just inspiring to me, and I know that I want to be that same. I want us to do that same for the rest of the Mary Kay world. I don't want people to think that you have to be a Mary Kay for 20 years to be $1 million sales director. I believe that if you're really passionate about building people and you're really passionate about impacting women and enriching their lives like I am, and like I know a lot of you are, and you're passionate about helping yourself and helping your circumstances and your family situation, then I know that we can really make it happen. So I hope that y'all are really excited and proud at the idea of being part of $1 million unit. And right now, we have an incredible unit. I'm not telling y'all at all that I'm not proud of our unit, because I am. Because our first year we did $350,000 retail, which is really, really good. Most directors their first year don't do a unit club in their first year. A unit club is when you do $300,000 or more in a year, and we did 350. So we actually did closer to 400. We didn't quite hit 400, so it was 350. So that's why they gave me that bar pin that I know that most of you have seen. You've seen me wear. That's what it looks like. So it's an actual diamond bar pin, which is pretty cool. And then they also sent me, I'm going to show you, this beautiful plaque that has my name, and it says, given to Julian Olson in recognition of outstanding performance, $350,000 seminar 2015. And it is a big plaque. Like, this is big. And the $1 million one is like twice the size of this. It's huge. So this sits in my office up on my, right above me, my windowsill. So I see it every single day. And I can't wait to have one that says $1 million. And I can't wait to have a bar pin that says $1 million. It's going to be pretty cool. So I hope y'all are excited about that. So, and then the other goal is to build a national area. Okay, the other goal is to build a national area. And you don't typically build a national area without doing a high unit club like million. Maybe not million necessarily. Not everybody who's a national has done $1 million, but something that I want to strive for. Because in my mind, if I don't do $1 million, then how am I going to teach my offspring sales directors how to hit $1 million when they are directors and they want to? So so being a national is super important to me as well. Probably more important than even the $1 million goal, but I just know that in the process of building a $1 million unit, I'm also going to find women who want to be leaders, who want to be directors, and who want to be part of my national area. And it was just such an honor for me to be part of one of Angie's founding directors, basically. I am one of her first line sales directors, and I committed to her probably about a year ago that I would offspring 4 directors for her. And at this time last year, all 4 of those directors were not in my unit. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. One of them was a director. That was my mom, Tara Olson. I met Melissa Grayson in October of last year, but she didn't sign her beauty consultant agreement until the end of December. So this time last year, she wasn't even in the system yet. And now she's an Equinox. Actually, she's a BMW driver, and she's about to earn her Cadillac, which is crazy. And she hasn't even been Mary Kay for a year. And then Jeannie Ann was a pretty new consultant at this time last year. She'd been a consultant for barely 2 months at this time, and she wasn't in DIQ yet or on target for her car or anything yet. And then Rachel, didn't meet Rachel until February, which was just crazy. So a lot happens in a year. A lot happens in 6 months. So it's just huge to me to get to be part of that and get to contribute to Angie's national area. So I am really laser focused and clear on looking for 20 women who want to impact their lives, who want to have executive level income, but want to work for themselves, want to have flexibility, want to have financial freedom, want to be able to be with their children, want to be able to design their schedule, want to be able to do whatever it is that they want to do. And then, and those are the ones that are going to become sales directors. And they are going to go on my chart. Okay, so this is my national area chart. Okay, so right now I have 3 offspring sales directors, first line offspring sales directors in this first row. Okay, and then down here I have a second line sales director. That is Samantha Hauer. And Samantha Hauer came from Melissa's unit, and she is a second line sales director to me, and she's a Chevy Cruze driver. And then Melissa actually has a brand new DIQ, Andrea Greer, and so she is going to go right next to Samantha. And so she'll be a second line as well. So I am personally, for my personal unit, which is y'all listening to this video, watching this video, I am looking for 7 more women to say yes. I'm looking for 7 more women to make the decision that they want to be executive level with Mary Kay, and they want to make the income associated with being a sales director. And they want to have that influence. They want to have that impact. They want to have that, just that passion and that excitement and that energy. and that's really what I love, and that's what I feed off of, and that's my favorite part of my job. My job is to impact women, but it starts with you. You have to make that choice. That's you. And if it's not you, that's okay. I can go out and find them. But I'm telling you as women in my unit that, I would love for it to be you, but if it's not going to be you, that's okay. And I'll know if it's you or not, because you'll come and talk to me, and you'll come and tell me, you'll do the activity, you'll book the parties, and we'll start rolling. And if it's not, that's okay. So those are my 2 goals. I just want to be really clear on that. And I probably should have been really clear about this 4 months ago, but I'm pretty sure that y'all know these are the goals. $1 million is the goal, and becoming a national sales director is the goal, and debuting our national area, because I know that we have what it takes, and I'm really excited to be at that level. I've only been a director for a year and a half. I'm good. I'm happy. I'm ready to roll and keep moving, and I want to be a national sales director. That's where I know I'm really going to be the happiest, and where I'm going to be the most influential and the most impactful in the world. So those are the 2 goals. Okay, so just as a little sidebar here, Angie is doing, our national, is hosting a DIQ / on-target car driver slumber party weekend the first weekend in December. And the way that you qualify for this is that you are an on-target car driver, meaning you have 5 active personal team members and $5,000 in wholesale production by December the 1st. Okay, so right now nobody in our unit is on target for their car, but you totally can be. Anybody that's watching this, whether you have 0 people on your team or you have 4, you can have 5 by December the 1st and be on target for your car. If you have the people, the production will come with it. Okay, so just worry about the people. And the way that you worry about the people is you do the skincare classes. That's it. You hold skincare classes, you work full circle, you book career chats with me, we hold the career chats, we talk with women. This is not, just so I'm clear on this too, team building, I'm sure some of you have different perceptions of team building than others, but team building is not trying to get a bunch of people to sign up and become a Mary Kay consultant and get a kit and just, make all his money. That's not how it's going to work. You're going to make money on your team when you're really investing into them and working with them to help them achieve whatever it is that their goal is, And so it's part of my job to assess each person that comes into my unit and help them decide how they want to start their business based on their goals. So don't worry about that, just worry about doing the faces, which is going to lead to the career chats, which is going to lead to the new team members, So we can talk more about that. If you know that you want to go on a special weekend, a special retreat with your national sales director, Angie Locke, your director, Jillian Olson, and the other directors that are international area, then you want to be on target for your car with 5 team members or in DIQ with 10 by December the 1st. Yes, it's November 4th. Okay, so you have plenty of time to make that happen if it's on your heart and you want to move forward in making that happen. And I'll be really clear with saying, because y'all know that I'm most of you know, if you know me that well, I'm a very detailed person. You know that I'm a numbers person. I'm a tracker, okay, and I like to have things in place. So I know that my goal is to have three first line DIQs by January the 1st. Okay, so that's 3 women out of my personal unit, which is you, submit their DIQ form, and you will be up here on this chart. You'll be up here. You'll be these next 3 spots. Okay, and then these spots down here, these second line spots, will be filled from the directors on my first line. Okay, so my mom, when Melissa, when Jeannie, when these directors, offspring sales directors, they are second lines. Just like when I'm a first line to Angie, when I offsprung my mom and Melissa and Jeannie and Rachel, they are second lines to Angie, and they were second lines as part of her getting her national area completed. So that is what we're looking for. That's what I'm looking for, is 3 DIQs by January the 1st. So 3 women that are going to add 10 team members between now and January the 1st. Very simple. You could add 5 this month and 5 the next month. If you're like me, that's probably how I'd want to do it. If you want to do 3 this month and 7 next month, fine. However you want to do it. If you want to think about it all month long and then do it all in December, that's fine too. But I'm going to tell you something. I went into DIQ, I went on target for my car December the 1st and went into DIQ January the 1st 2 years ago. So how about that? So, and I can tell you, when I started the month in November, at this time 2 years ago, it's crazy. This time 2 years ago, I had 2 people on my team, and they weren't doing anything. Okay, I had 2 people on my team. Okay, they were not like movers and shakers, which is okay, and they helped, and by the end of the month, I had 8. And I was on target for my car with almost half of my production done. And it's not because I just all of a sudden knew what to do. It's because in that month, I really made that decision. It starts with a decision. It starts with being clear on what it is that you want. And so if you're on your heart, you want to be in DIQ and become a sales director, or you want to earn a car, then you need to tell me that. And we will have a real serious, big girl conversation about how that's going to get done. Okay? If it's not your goal, please don't feel bad about it. If it's not your goal, that is totally fine. Whether you want to play Mary Kay small, medium, or large, or extra large is completely up to you, and I'm going to love you no matter what, unconditionally. My only thing that I'm conditional on is how I spend my time. I think my love for you is unconditional, but the time I spend with you is conditional on how you want to work your business, okay? Which leads me very nicely and segues into my next thing, which is our Locke cue sheet, okay? So y'all know, most of you that have been in Mary Kay for more than 3 or 4 months, you were part of Kristen Meyer's national area at some point, and that's where we come from, is Kristen Myers. She's a phenomenal national sales director, and she's now our senior national sales director, so Angie's our national now. And so when we were in Kristen's national area, her national area is called the 2020 Vision National Area. So that's what her tracking sheets were based on. And now that Angie's our national, it's based on her name, which is Locke. Okay, so we have a brand new tracking sheet. It's actually been changed in the last week from where it was prior. So I don't think any of you have these printed out unless you've gone ahead and done it since it was posted on my Facebook yesterday. This is what it is. So it's called Locke Keys to Success. Okay, it looks the same. It's the same premise. It's just that how you get recognized is a little bit different. Okay, so I'm going to go through this really quick. And this is posted on my Facebook page. Jessica posted it for me yesterday while she's at my house. It's also on my website, www.jillianolson.com. But this is something that you really, really want to hone in on, especially if you're one of those people that wants to be on target for a car, wants to be in DIQ. This is really important. Okay, so there are 3 different ways that you can achieve this. You can be a key 3. Okay, a key 3 is a consultant or director who holds 3 parties or 15 faces in any given month. She does at least 3 career chats, and she does a wholesale reorder of at least $300. Okay, so this is someone who's probably going to hold 1 class a week on average, and she's going to work about 6 hours. About 6 hours. Actually, it's not even once a week. It's 3 parties during the month, so it takes about 2 hours to do a party. So you're going to work about 6 to 8 hours a month to achieve this, and you're going to put in your pocket an additional $300 at least, if not more than that. The average party is $200 times 3 is $600. Profit half, reorder half. There you go. You're a key 3. A key 6 is a consultant or director who holds 6 parties or 30 faces, does 6 career chats at a minimum, does a minimum of $600 wholesale reorder, and adds at least 1 new personal team member. Now, I know, and Angie knows, and you probably know, that you're probably going to do more than that. If you do 30 faces or 6 parties, you're probably going to do more than 6 career chats because that's just how it works. And you're probably going to do more of a reorder, a higher reorder, because you're selling more product, okay? And you're probably going to add more than 1 team member. But this is lowballing it, okay? This is how you get recognition for it. This is how you get recognized for this. So I know for a fact, because I've seen her sheet, because she submitted it to me, is that Carlin Armsworthy, who's in our unit, she's a new consultant. She started her business at the beginning of September. She saw 30 faces in the month of October and sold about $3,000, okay? Maybe a little bit more than that. Actually, more than that. A little over $3,000. And from that, what happened was, bam, she profited half of that and reordered half of that, and she actually reinvested some of her profit because she realized that if she's going to be consistently seeing 30 or 40 faces, as well as servicing customer reorders, then a $3,600 inventory is not going to be enough for her to support that business and to support her goal and to support her dream of continuing to move forward and move up in Mary Kay, because she does want to become a sales director and earn a car with Mary Kay. And that there's a certain amount of activity that's going to go along with that to achieve that, which means you got to be prepared for it. So she well exceeded that, okay? And then a key 10 is a consultant or director who holds 10 parties or 50 faces. You do a minimum of 10 career chats. You do a minimum of $1,000 wholesale reorder, and you add at least 2 new team members to your team, okay? This consistent activity, you're going to make a lot of money. You're going to make a lot of money from your sales. You're probably going to make about $2,000 to $3,000 from your sales every month, and you're going to reorder that much every month. But then you're also going to be working full circle. You're going to be holding career chats. So when you're holding career chats, you're going to add them to your team, and you're going to probably be on target for a car. You don't even have to do 50 faces to be on target for a car. You could do less than that, but you're definitely going to be on target for a car. So it's pretty exciting. So it's just whatever level you want to play ball at. Whatever level you want to play ball at. And either way, you're going to get recognition from me, your director. You're going to get recognition from your national sales director in her newsletter. You're going to be invited to a quarterly awards night that she's going to hold. So it's going to be like a fun girls' night out with our national area, with the directors and consultants who achieve, all 3 months during the quarter, they achieve either a key 3, a key 6, or a key 10. Also, star consultants will be invited to that party because, if you're doing this activity, you're always going to be a star consultant. At least if you're doing the key 6 or higher, you're always going to be a star consultant because it's only $1,800 for the quarter to be a star. So pretty cool. Now, just so you know that, the way that you're going to get recognition, the way that you're going to get this, like make this count, towards these things and towards me knowing that that's what you did, is you have to fill out the sheet. Imagine that. You have to fill out the sheet. So the sheet, like I said, is on my website. It's on Angie's website. It's everywhere. Okay, so you definitely have access to it. And you write, it's just a way for you to track your career chats and track your faces that you see. So you want to write the name of the person that you facialed, and then you want to write next to it, it doesn't say to, just do this, it'll make it easier, I promise. Write the name of the person that you facialed, and then write how much you sold to them. Okay, so don't include sales tax, don't include any giveaways that you gave her. Just write, if she bought a party girl, which is $199, and then you have the tax and whatever, just write $199. If she didn't buy anything, write her name and write 0. Okay, and that way you can see if you're averaging $100 a face, but it's also just going to be a good reality check for you. It's going to be a great reality check for you. And then under career chats, you're going to write down every single person that meets with me and you one-on-one, like at Panera or Starbucks or wherever, or we do a follow-up call with her or whatever. But it has to be with me for it to count. Okay, I have to know about it. You can't just go and do it, and that's not going to count. And then you write your new team members that you have on the far left side. And then what you're going to do is take a picture of this and upload it onto the link on my website. So you're going to go to julianneolson.com, you're going to enter my site, type in the password, which is Circle of Excellence, and then you're going to click on the tab that says Lock It Factor or Lock It Key Sheet, and that's when you're going to submit it. And this is due by the 5th of every month. And this is so that you can get your prizes, because the way that we're doing prizes now is a little bit different, and those are also posted on my Facebook page. They've been posted in Boxer, so you should see those. Basically, when you achieve key 3, you get a prize. When you achieve key 6, you get a prize. When you achieve key 10, you get a prize. If you're just part of the wholesale club and all you did was order $225 or more, then you're going to get a prize for that too. So Angie is really wanting to recognize and really appreciate every single person in our national area and in our units, because all of you play a role, whether it's a small role, a supporting role, or it's a lead role. It still makes a difference. It still makes a difference. Every single person, whether they place a $225 order every couple months or they are becoming a sales director, every single person is going to really contribute to our goal of being $1 million unit and becoming a new national area. And I could not be prouder. That's totally fine. Okay, but you have to submit the sheet to get credit for it. So that's that. Okay. Hold on one second.